Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall Gruyter. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter.
Welcome, everyone. I'm so excited to have you joining us today. Welcome. And first day of spring here in the States. So happy to be sharing spring with all of you. And we're going to be talking about springing forward powerfully and purposely. And part of that is being willing and able to overcome obstacles. And some of those obstacles that I find frequently pop up for people have to do around money or have to do around teens in particular, either teens we know or friends of teens, that there can be challenges that come up around that, family communication, particularly around teens, and this procrastination sometimes that sneaks up on us that someday I'll get to that, someday I'll move forward, and just someday sometimes doesn't seem to come. And this spring can look a lot like last spring and next spring. So today we're going to talk about how to shift some of that so that we can really move forward powerfully and purposely no matter what. Any challenges that comes along the way, how do we have a mindset for success so that we can keep moving forward? We have three powerful guests that are joining us today that are going to pour their wisdom, expertise, and inspiration into us today. So we've got a wonderful lineup of powerful experts to support us in overcoming obstacles, springing forward, and perhaps making that someday today, that we can actually move forward now. And to get the most out of our time together today, I'm going to invite you to be fully present, to take a deep breath, release. Actually, that felt really good. Let's take another breath. And just release anything that can be pulling at us, distracting us, wanting your attention. This is your time. Let us pour into you. I know there is something here for you today by the very nature that you tuned in. So be open and willing and available to receive it, everything that is here for you. Those of you who are driving, I'm going to encourage you to put both hands on the wheel. Let's stay safe and really tuning in, but keep your eyes open, no texting and driving. Those of you who are able to, I want to encourage you to take a deep breath, both feet on the floor. Sit back in your chair, feel it supporting you. Wonderful. Put one hand on your heart, one hand on your head, bringing you all in. Mind, body, soul, and spirit. Close your eyes. You're absolutely safe. And take a deep breath. This is kind of breath that goes right into your belly. It fills it up. And keep breathing. This kind of breathing helps bring you present because it lowers your cortisol levels, your stress levels, brings oxygen to every cell in your body. And as it's doing that, you can feel a sense of peace and calm and stillness where you can actually listen, hear, and receive. And in this quiet space, this stillness, eyes closed, you're absolutely safe. I want you to take a moment and check in. When we talk about springing forward, overcoming obstacles, perhaps in the area of money, teens, or maybe someday I'll do that. What is it that you need? What is it that will encourage you, empower you, support you? What is it that you need today? And are willing to receive because you absolutely have choice. What is it that you need and are willing to receive? Beautiful. Receive that information. Take a deep breath. Come back into the room, fully present, eyes open, beautiful oxygen in every cell of your body. Take a moment to write down what was laid on your heart. What is it that you need and are willing to receive? Please notice I didn't ask how, has nothing to do with how. In fact, I'm going to encourage you to be unattached to how they are open to whatever wonderful way this need can be met. But let's keep it top of mind. What is it that you need and are willing to receive? Let's capture that, write it down, because it's easy to get distracted and forget. Let's be on the lookout for it. Beautiful. Taking a breath again. We're going to go around our virtual room here and touch in with our guest experts and just take a moment to check in and see what was laid on their heart when they stopped, paused, and listened for a moment. And with that, I'd love to start with you, Kimberly. Did you have something laid on your heart, just a 10 to 20 second share that you wanted to bring forward today?
The importance of daily gratitude.
Nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We'll look forward to talking to you in just 2 minutes.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Have you had a chance to check out Voice America's online magazine and blog? If you love our hosts and shows, check out articles that give an even deeper perspective. Plus topics about health and fitness, movie reviews, philosophy, business tips and tactics, spirituality, positive thought, current events, and even more about your favorite host. It's just a click away at blog.voiceamerica.com. That's blog.voiceamerica.com. The Voice America Press Blog. All access, all the time. We don't follow, we lead. Join us, the Voice America Influencers Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-472-5795. That's 1-866-472-5795. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. We apologize for those technical difficulties when we're doing a live show. Sometimes things like that happen, and here's an opportunity we have to overcome obstacles. And it takes a team to come back together, get everything connected. So let's just take a moment, connect in again, take a breath. Wonderful. And just to keep us all on the same page, we were talking with our amazing experts what was laid on their heart when we stopped, paused, and listened for a moment. And Kimberly had shared daily gratitude and how important that is. And then we were just going to Marlene. Marlene, I would love for you to share what was laid on your heart.
I think that what I'm feeling is just the sense of making sure to give myself self-love in the midst of certain challenges and things that that I'm experiencing. So really just extra doses of self-love and compassion.
I love that. And it's so important to remember to do that for ourselves. Sometimes we're really good at doing it for others and we forget to give that to ourselves. So beautiful reminder. Thank you. Excited to have this moment to connect with all of you. When I think about what was laid on my heart, it was this. So I loved what you shared, Marlene. I loved what you shared, Kimberly, that this appreciation for being here, being with all of you today, very grateful for that. And then secondly, giving myself grace, peace, and understanding that all of us are here connected on purpose, and who we are and how we are is enough and absolutely needed. So let's take a moment and breathe that in. And those of you Wonderful. I want to give you each a moment to stop and pause and process what's being shared on your heart and what's being shared into your spirit. So we're going to go to an official commercial break here. And as we do that, I want to give you an opportunity to stop, pause, and listen to what's being spoken into your heart and spirit. And with that, we'll look forward to talking with you in just a couple moments, but really use this time. Commercials are an opportunity for you to stop, pause, listen, and process and what is being placed on your heart and on your spirit. Resist the urge to cross things off the to-do list. Really be present and willing to receive everything that's being laid on your heart. And with that, we'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Be sure to friend us on Facebook. You can do it right now. Visit facebook.com/Voice America or search for us at keyword Voice America.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Get Unchained. Tune in every Monday for Jane Unchained on the Voice America Influencers channel, featuring nationally recognized best-selling author, TV journalist, and social media influencer Jane Velez Mitchell. This program takes you inside a trending lifestyle that's the next wave of human evolution. It all starts on your plate. If you want to revolutionize your life, get happier, more energized, then discover the secret. Tune in to Jane Unchained Mondays at 10 a.m. Pacific Time and 1 p.m. Eastern Time on the Voice America Influencers channel. Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Have you had a chance to check out Voice America's online magazine and blog? If you love our hosts and shows, check out articles that give an even deeper perspective, plus topics about health and fitness, movie reviews, philosophy, business tips and tactics, spirituality, positive thought, current events, and even more about your favorite host. It's just a click away at blog.voiceamerica.com. That's blog.voiceamerica.com. The Voice America Press Blog. All access, all the time. We don't follow, we lead. Join us, the Voice America Influencers Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-472-5795. That's 1-866-472-5795. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes just to take a moment to listen, to stop, pause, and listen. It's so easy to, in our hectic schedules, keep moving and not listen. And what a gift it is to take a moment not only to stop, pause, and become centered and reduce stress and bring oxygen to the body, but it's also a perfect time that we can stop and listen to that still small voice that sometimes we miss in the busyness of life. I'm going to encourage you throughout the show to take opportunities to listen and see what's being poured into your heart, into your spirit. Well, welcome back. We're talking about overcoming obstacles, which is just perfect for the beginning of spring, and how can we keep springing forward no matter what? How are we choosing to be in those times that can be challenging or the unexpected happens? How are we going to be in that, and how are we going to show up and keep moving forward those things that matter most to us? the things that we want to stand for, that we want to bring forward in life. And one of those areas I find is frequently on that list at the beginning of the year that we want a shift somehow in our financial picture. And yet that seems to be something we're adding to the list every year and don't always know where to start, can become difficult and heavy, and then we put it on the list again next year. And we have an amazing expert today that's going to help us with this and actually help us build our financial future, really take steps in a positive way that feel positive and good rather than heavy and hard. Let me share a little bit about this expert. Her name is Marlene Elizabeth. She's a certified money coach, #1 international best-selling author, a mamapreneur, podcast host, amazing speaker, and she's absolutely passionate about helping women in particular stop under-earning so that they can grow, unfold their financial potential, one brave feather at a time. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Marlene Elizabeth to the show. Welcome.
Yay. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you so much. It's great being here.
You are very welcome. I'm thrilled to have you here today, and I know you're going to add so much to this conversation about obstacles and money and sometimes those things we come up against. And I would love to start with why this work about helping people in this way is personally so important to you.
You know, I became a mom late in life, and when I did, it became very crystal clear very quickly that even though I had degrees and I had traveled the world and I'd done all these things in my life, all these wonderful accomplishments, my finances were a mess. And once I had my daughter, I really realized it just became very, very clear to me how much I wanted her to be a money smart girl in her life, you know, and also how much I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. And so I became very passionate about not only really getting a handle on my relationship to money, but also being able to pass that on to her. And along the way, as I had these conversations with other friends and family and colleagues, I began to learn I wasn't alone. And so I became very, very reassured that I wasn't alone, and that was very important. And also really appreciating and understanding that I had some really important things to share on this journey for those who were in the same boat as myself. And so
beautiful. And I love how your daughter has inspired you. I just want to take a moment, because sometimes those people that can help us shift in an area, the why can be right in front of us and right around us, and we can step into that space. And I love you kind of did your research too. Like, you found you were not alone in hearing and struggling with some of those things. So I appreciate you sharing some of your why and your mission to help people in this way. And I know you were going to add to that, so I just wanted to give you a moment to do that.
Oh, well, thank you, Rebecca. Yes, no, I was just going to add that what's beneath my passion specifically for helping women break through their money blocks is because, you know, I really have a passion for helping women being able to thrive in their businesses. You know, it takes a lot of courage and work to be an entrepreneur, especially a mamapreneur. I get that. And so that's really is at the base. It's the foundation of the joy that I receive in helping other women.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. And I like that you also find joy in it too, because sometimes we can feel such a passion and a pull with the why, we forget that there's great joy in it as well. So I love that you've tapped into both. And so one of the phrases I know you use, and you actually have a book by this title as well, is called MONEYWINGS. So can you share what MONEYWINGS is and how tapping into an understanding of that can help us grow our own money wings and become stronger in the area of finance?
Yes, thank you so much. Yes, so last summer I published my book on my daughter's birthday in July, MONEYWINGS, Unfolding Your Financial Potential One Brave Feather at a Time. And it's all about really starting with this conversation about money, which is really, that alone can be a very courageous step. What I have found, there are so often a connection between trauma and abuse that we've experienced in our life that somehow ripples into our relationship to money, but along the way we don't realize that. That's kind of in the background, and we're not even understanding those dynamics going on in the background and not really seeing that connection or understanding it. And so MONEYWINGS is all about really engaging with your relationship to money. And what I have found, and what my clients find, is that, our most precious relationships are impacted by this one relationship when it comes to money. And so it's really about being able to start one brave feather at a time, unfolding your money wings, because women have powerful money wings. We as individuals have powerful money wings, so that our businesses can take flight. So that's
beautiful. I love that. And I love the one feather at a time, because it's one step at a time. Every step counts. Baby steps count. We don't have to take these huge, ginormous steps for it to help and support us. Just taking step by step, one feather at a time, we can fly. We can take flight. We can move forward. I love that. So as we look at springing forward, is there a step today that we can take to help us if we're feeling a bit challenged by finances? And that was on our list that we wanted to move forward in. Can you give us a tip today?
One of the most important tips that I give is, because when we talk about money, it brings up all kinds of emotions that we prefer not to experience if we don't have to. Fear, maybe regret, maybe shame, all kinds of powerful emotions that can shut us down from not even talking about this conversation. So one of the most important tips I really recommend is really connecting in with your compelling why. What is your why? And really feeling that not just in your head, but at a visceral level in your body, really, really connecting with why this conversation is important to you and why you need to, start this conversation now. And sometimes it involves looking not just at our past, but at our future, and understanding what's the goal we have ahead that we really want to achieve.
Beautiful.
I have a bonus tip, but only if we have more time.
I love it. I love it. Hopefully we'll have some time towards the end of the show to have you share a bonus tip. I love that you came with multiple. But I wanted to give you an opportunity to share your contact information. Those of you who are resonating with Marlene, want to learn more about her book, MONEYWINGS. I know MONEYWINGS is available on Amazon. So Money and Wings, all squished together, one word. New word that you've created, which I love. And how can they get in touch with you if they're wanting to follow you and connect on a deeper level?
Yes. So I recommend that you can go to meetwithmarlene.com, and there's a variety of ways that we can connect. And you can also put in, there's different options where you can select an opportunity to connect with me, and I can send you a money type quiz, because that's a really great way to start understanding how you're actually showing up in your relationship to money. You can kind of really learn a lot when you learn more about what your money type is. So meetwithmarlene.com.
Meetwithmarlene.com. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We're looking forward to that bonus tip at the end of the show as we get ready to go into our next commercial break. Listeners, this is an opportunity for you to take a moment and stop, pause, breathe, and integrate what is being spoken into your heart and spirit around springing forward, and perhaps your relationship with money. It might be great support to put a little note on the list to check in with Marlene and see where you are, and if there is something that you want some support in there to help it shift and move in a positive direction. We'll look forward to talking to you in just 2 minutes.
Think you've seen everything there is to see in online television? Let us surprise you. Visit voiceamerica.tv today for sports, health, business, and more on demand 24/7.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation. Change starts here. Change starts now. Join us, the Voice America Influencers Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-472-5795. That's 1-866-472-5795. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes just for you, that you gave yourself an opportunity to stop, pause, breathe, and integrate all that was being spoken into your heart and spirit. Sometimes money can, the conversation around money and finances can hit some spots. And so it's good to give them a little room to explore and breathe into them and create some awareness around that. Because when we have awareness, then we can decide if we want to move in a direction on that or not. It's when we don't have awareness and they hijack us and we get caught off guard that we aren't able to shift in those areas. So remember, when you touch on anything that is a little bit tender or sparks something in you, give yourself a moment to breathe and look a little bit closer. Send yourself that love, gratitude, and support. And no judgment allowed. You're just becoming aware and observing, and then you can decide if and what type of support will help you. And I think that's really important when we're looking at overcoming obstacles, whether money is something that has a charge for you or if it's something else. We all have things sometimes that can hijack us a little bit. So I think it's good to check in and just see. And what kind of support do we need as we're looking at moving forward? And I hope you get some great tips today as we continue our conversation. And as we move into this next part of our show, I wanted to share about a sponsor. And what sponsors are organizations and groups that are leaning into you. They believe in the value of this program. They believe in you and want to support you on your walk and on your journey so much so that they're willing to put their name, resources, and brand behind that. So I encourage you to sink in and listen in to learn a little bit more about this organization that believes so much in you. And I think it's so timely as we're looking at obstacles and we're looking at springing forward and self-care and how can we support ourselves on the journey. And another area people sometimes are looking for help in is health and wellness. So if you have some of those goals, make sure to listen into this amazing sponsor. They're called Care Of, and they want to support you in your health and wellness goals. And one of the ways they do that is through a monthly vitamin subscription service that comes right to your door. They have a fun and easy online quiz. It takes about 5 minutes. It actually is fun. I enjoyed it. It had great personality and information as I was going through the quiz. I enjoyed the interaction. And from that quiz, they're able to give you a scientifically backed personalized vitamin and supplement recommendations just for you. And then you get that mailed to you right to your doorstep on a monthly basis. And each little packet, you get one daily packet, has a fun little quote on it that inspires you, gives you something to think about that day, asks an interesting question. So I enjoyed that. It's a personalized mixture just for you. They have vegan and vegetarian options, and a portion of every sale, and I think this is really beautiful because I think it's important to give back. A portion of every sale goes towards the Good Plus Foundation, and they provide expectant mothers with valuable prenatal vitamins. And further support of you, they wanted to give a special offer just for my people, which I love, so listen in. They will give you 50% off your first month of your personalized package of Care of vitamins and supplements if you go to takecareof.com. Again, that's takecareof, takecareof.com, and type in the promo code, here we go, called Empowering Women 50. Empowering Women 50, all capital letters. Don't forget the 50 because that helps you. The full code gets you the 50% off your first month subscription. Thank you, Kara, for leaning in and believing in the work that we do. And I encourage all our listeners to take a look at it and see if this is something that can help support you, part of that self-love, care, and support, and springing forward powerfully now and throughout the year. And I want to continue our conversation with one of our amazing experts. We have two powerful experts joining us today. Kimberly Schehrer. She is a teen breakthrough coach, founder of Academy for Independence. She has an MA in counseling psychology, is a #1 international best-selling author, and soon, drumroll, we'll be launching a podcast on the RHD TV network, so we're excited about that. And she is passionate about helping teens become the next generation of leaders. Please, lean and warmly welcome the amazing Kimberly Schehrer to the show. Welcome.
Thank you. That was beautiful, and I'm delighted to be here. So thank you.
You are welcome. I'm thrilled to have you here today. And there's just a lot of charge I find sometimes around teens, and it can become an obstacle. And teens are so powerful. There can be this ripple effect in the impact in family, school, etc. And I would love for you to share a little bit why working with teens and supporting them and their families in this way is personally so important to you.
It's very important to me and such a passion because the whole role of being a teenager, they're really questioning who they are and separating from their parents. And I really want to help teens and their parents, I guess, have an easier, more harmonious relationship in the home, and to be able to guide these teens with a lot of the challenges that they are up against in school and in life, to empower them so that, because they are our future leaders of tomorrow. And my vision is to I would wish for all teens to, when they leave the home to go to college or begin, work or a career, that they're feeling empowered and that they have the skills and tools that they need to overcome any obstacle or challenge that comes their way.
Beautiful. And by learning those skills, my goodness, just think about all of the leadership abilities they're going to step into with confidence and being able to navigate challenges. What a gift they'll carry throughout their lives.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I love it. So I know you have this passion for supporting teens, which you just shared so beautifully. And I want to share why you think it's important that we talk about teens today. Why is it important we bring them to the conversation and we're talking candidly about them and with them to support them? Why is that important?
It's important for so many reasons, but first of all, they bring to the table different perspectives, and I think we can glean a lot from that. I also think it's important that we're present for them so that they come to us or feel more open about talking about their challenges or what's really going on, and also there's just an increase. I don't want to really say there's an increase in depression and anxiety, because I feel like that has been common even just 5 years ago. Colleges, universities were seeing that. But I feel like there's different reasons for depression and anxiety now. So it's important to address those things as times change to help our teens navigate through those changes so that they're not prey, so to speak, to pulling them, getting down, or it pulls at their confidence or self-esteem.
Mm-hmm. And I know you and I have had many conversations about teens, and one of the things that has always struck me is your passion for and your transformation stories that you have around individuals that were perhaps considered a problem teen or a challenge teen or a troublemaker, and what you've been able to help them personally tap into and transform in a powerful way. Can you share a little bit about sometimes what is actually really going on in a situation like that?
I find that really what's going on in a situation like that is that they've had their struggles or challenges, and so those challenges and struggles help lower their self-esteem, and they need just an extra boost or extra support and some skills and tools to be able to not only overcome those challenges, but also to believe that they can and that there are solutions out there. And that's key. And making them part of the solution, and so that they can own it and acknowledge for themselves that they are empowered to overcome whatever the challenge was. So that to me is the underlying key factor, is really self-esteem in helping teens to be resilient and to overcome their obstacles.
Beautiful. Thank you. And how do the parents figure into all of this? Because I know you have supported teens for many, many years, and in our conversations, you've let me know that parents are part of this conversation too, and I'd love for you to talk about that and challenges and kind of how those fit together.
I think one of the main challenges as a parent is we're really close to kind of the problems to where we may not even really see them. And, teens, a very common complaint is, you don't understand me. And so I think it's really powerful for parents to practice active listening. And by that, I mean really being present, as you had stated earlier for your listeners, just really being present and non-judgmental and not criticizing them. And that opens the door for them to come to you time and time again when they are struggling, and they'll come to you vulnerably so that you are really understanding them. And the fact that you're really listening is validating that to them it comes across, you are understanding and I'm valued. So you are understanding me and I'm valued.
Beautiful.
That's huge.
And one of the, we've had so many beautiful conversations. I keep wanting to dig into them and share them with our listeners. And one of the common things that you've heard that teens can express is they're saying one thing, but parents are hearing it a different way. Can you give one of those examples?
I don't have one of those examples right off the top of my head.
I was thinking around control and trust, how that can be perceived one way by, maybe it's around cleaning the room, or it's around they're feeling pestered and they're being like their parent doesn't trust them. Do you remember? Can you give us an example around that? I just hear it frequently, and I thought it'd be great to share about it.
I don't know if this is really an example, but what comes to my mind when I'm hearing you say that is that a lot of times parents are seen as nagging, right? Because we want our teens to, for example, clean up the room or do their chores or homework, whatever it is. And when we're doing that, it comes across to your teen that you're not respecting respecting them. So I guess it's important that in our communication that we're clear on what our expectations are and have some sense of agreement on that, I guess, from the beginning. And it's never too late to start that, because we make a lot of assumptions. The teens do, us as parents do, and we also think our world is the objective world, what's in our head, and it really is not. There's can be very different perspectives, and when we're communicating, even though we have good intentions and we feel that we're clear, it may land differently to your teen. So it's really important to have the communication and go over, I think, values and expectations. So and have your teen be a part of that as well, and you're role modeling that for them, so that they can think about, what are my individual values? So it's a win-win that way as well.
And that to me sounds like thank you for sharing that and exploring that with us a little bit. And I feel like what a great practice for all of us, regardless of our age, to be aware that things can be heard and received differently than we perceive them, and to bring people and have a direct, clear conversation, check to make sure that communication is happening and what is a win for all of us. I think that can help us spring forward powerfully in our lives and in all that we're looking to do. And boy, communication, I was talking with a communication expert the other day, and they were saying that I think it's almost 20 hours a week in companies is spent trying to correct miscommunication. I thought, wow, that's a lot of time to correct misunderstandings. And I don't think that's just on a company level. How powerful it'd be if we learned how to have those conversations and connect in our teen years and beyond, and with our family members. Oh, is there a tip that you want to share with us today, a piece of advice or something you want us to think about to help us spring forward in this area?
Active listening is definitely, I think, one of the greatest things that parents can do. And we're not always in the state of mind with being really present. You may have had a really stressful time at work or whatever. And I guess my tip is that it's okay to allow your teen to just maybe briefly state what it's about, explain to them, can we schedule a time to really talk so I can be fully present, and make sure to schedule that time no later than 48 hours because you want to be present with your teen. And if you can't be in that moment, that's okay. They'll be okay. They can wait a little bit, knowing that they'll be able to have a deeper conversation with you later. So that would be my tip, because I think too often parents either don't talk about it now, or they're quick to rush their teen, and both ways aren't really going to serve their teen.
Beautiful
so it's okay
tip.
To just wait.
No, thank you. And give ourselves a little bit of time, but then honor that reschedule or that scheduling of doing. Yeah, because that's going to build trust.
That's a trust factor. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Thank you. And I'd love for you to share, if people are wanting to connect with you further, follow you, how can they do that?
They can visit my website at, I'm forgetting it right now, AFI.
There we go.
AFI, the number 4, me.com is one way to just learn more about me and my services. And also, I just started a free Facebook group, which is called Parents Empowering Teens to Achieve Their Dreams. And so I invite your listeners to check out the group and join if it's something that speaks to their heart. I would love to have them.
Oh, congratulations on launching that. I know it will serve many people. Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you for sharing. Well, as we get ready to go to our next commercial break, remember these are 2 minutes just for you. I want to give you a moment to process and integrate and receive the information that is pouring into your heart, into your spirit. And with that, we'll come back in 2 minutes, and we've got some exciting tips to help support you as you go back out into the world. So make sure to join us in just 2 minutes.
Follow us on Twitter at VoiceAmericaTRN. Get the lowdown on guests, new shows, and your favorites. That's VoiceAmericaTRN. Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. That's EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
There's a new force to be reckoned with in talk radio. It's not just talk radio. Hosted by LaTanya Jr. and co-hosts Tina Wynn and Tony Brown. Not Just Talk Radio is like a superhero, inspiring, problem-solving, and informing. Packed with action-provoking conversations from news, movements, and social and politics issues. This program is about a wide range of voices and fresh points of view from experts, celebrities, and you, the listener. Not Just Talk Radio is broadcast live Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Influencers Channel.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Become a member of VoiceAmerica.com. It's easy, and best of all, it's free. Start out by going to our homepage or any of our channels and click register at the top. Once you've created an account and signed in, you can create your own custom library, opt into our newsletter, search by show, host, guest, or topic of interest, or browse millions of hours of content across all of our Voice America radio channels. Membership gets you more. Visit VoiceAmerica.com today to get started and tailor the listening experience to your taste.
We don't follow, we lead. Join us, the Voice America Influencers Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-472-5795. That's 1-866-472-5795. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes. And as promised, now Marlene had this extra credit bonus tip that she was going to share with us. And so we wanted to make sure we had time at the end of the show for her to pour into us and share that additional tip. So Marlene, I'd love to have you share with our listeners.
Thank you, Rebecca. Yes, I was just going to add that cultivating a sense of safety within yourself is really essential for unfolding your money wings. So the next time, you feel unsettled or unsafe when it comes to the money conversation, I really encourage listeners to repeat the process that you had us go through right at the beginning of the show. It is such a great way to remember the ground under your feet, to slow down, return to be present inside your body, and to connect with an experience that supports a sense of trust and ease. So just wanted to add that tip.
Beautiful. Thank you. And I love that, connecting with a memory that helps us feel that way and kind of support in and bringing that emotion and that feeling into that moment. So shifting from feeling unsafe to safe and supported. Really powerful. Thank you, Marlene.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And Kimberly, what's your tip? What's the piece of advice or the reminder that's on your heart that you want to share with us today?
What's on my heart is to remind parents to schedule one-to-one time with their teen. It seems counterintuitive, I know, because they're pushing you away. And they're probably not going to come up to you and ask to spend time. But I'm pretty sure that if you approach them and say, with a date to go out to dinner or see a movie or something, that they will accept that, provided you have a pretty good relationship with your teen. So spending time with them is really important, one-to-one time.
Beautiful. Great tip. Thank you. And that as parents, initiating that and bringing that forward sounds key in that process. So thank you.
Yes.
Important. Great tip. Great piece of advice. Listeners, I encourage you to reach out this week. And one of the things that we started the show with was talking not just about obstacles, but springing forward in areas that matter most to us, and how sometimes we say, and we'll say this to ourselves, we'll say this to others, someday, if, when. And we keep saying that about whatever that thing is over and over and over, and it becomes always someday. Someday I'll do that. Someday when this happens, I'll go take that trip. Or someday when this happens, or someday I'll feel confident, or I'll feel ready to do that. And I find people are getting ready to get ready to someday maybe move forward in that area. And what I want to tell you is today is the day. And unless you make that someday today, it will always be someday. And you're the one that has the power, that has the ability to make that someday today. And I want to encourage you to be excited by that and find today one step, one baby step you can take to help you move closer to that someday. When I was getting married, that got a little stressful at times, and I still remember this. And I bought these flip-flops that would make an imprint in the sand because we were going to go to Maui for our honeymoon. And it was this little flip-flop that said just married, just married, just married. So one foot said just and the other said married. And anytime I got stressed, I would take a moment. I like to light a candle. I would light a candle and just breathe for a moment. And I would picture myself wearing those sandals in that just married, because I could visualize it, I could see it, I could taste it, I could smell it. Not that I tasted the sand, but you know how you can taste the salt in the air. And it helped me bring that Sunday forward. And I got to experience stepping on the sand a long time before we actually got married and went on the honeymoon. I actually wore those flip-flops around the house. I brought an aspect of that forward into my life now. And we can do that. We can bring a step, an aspect of that someday thing into our life today. We wait too long. And I want to encourage you to take a step today. So as you go back out into the world, I want to encourage you to spring forward by taking a step today to bring that someday forward, so that wherever you go, whatever you do, you are willing to bloom where you're planted, bring your someday to today, bring it forward, and shine. We'll look forward to talking to you next week. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter, next Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific, on the Voice America Influencers Channel. And join us for a replay of the show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific, on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.